Without the breath, there is no voice. So to begin this work, we really need to make sure that our breath is functioning in the way we're designed to function so we can actually wake up the intelligence of the body and all the muscles necessary to produce a full resonant voice. The breath exercises that I'm giving you for the beginning of this are very basic exercises, but very crucial and very important to return back to the basics so that we can build the foundation of all of this in a very connected way. The majority of humans are not breathing properly. The majority of us are in some sort of stress response and our lungs breathe. Maybe you breathe down, but still I want you for the next couple weeks as we're starting this to really focus on how your breath is moving, because this level of attention and awareness is going to make your chanting practice that much more efficient. Relax, and your natural instincts and your natural intelligences can start. So the assignments I've given you to breathe is starting in the morning. We want to start our day when we wake up in our bed with inspiration, breathing in our spirit and reminding our spirit and our body how they function together to wake it all up before we start our day. So beginning your day, we're going to start with 10 full breaths. Lying on your back. Legs can be straight out in front of you. Legs can be slightly bent. And legs can also be opened. So if there's tightness in your abs, this is what I recommend you do if you can get your legs in this position so that you can breathe and really fill this low region. And upon breathing naturally in, your belly should rise, and exhaling, your belly should fall. What will happen is that your chest will lift. This is indicative of a very tight, stuck diaphragm. So if this is the case for you, please know our intention is to get the breath down here. And for you, maybe opening wide here would be the best to give it as much room to move down. 10 full breaths, 10 inspirated, beautiful, full breaths to pull your spirit into your body every morning. If you're already a diaphragmatic breather and your belly is very naturally rising and falling, then we're going to add an extra breathe in deeper and fill that even more. So really now expanding and expressing these muscles to allow more and more and more depth of the plunge of the diaphragm. This is going to stretch all these tight muscles that want to make us move in instead of express out. And so with each inhalation of those 10, you're going to try to get a little more air in, or a little more plunge of the diaphragm, which is really what's happening. Once we've done those 10 breaths, then we're going to sit upright. Put our legs over the side of our bed, whatever we're sitting on, and we're going to try to find the same location in an upright seated position. Breathing in. Once you've found that placement there, you can stand on your feet and do the same thing. Breathing in. Exhale, breathing in. Exhale. This is the breath of your design and the breath that you were breathing when you were born. We're training the diaphragm to use the body, right? To plunge in and to get the body to open up. If this is not how you're breathing naturally, I want you to focus on this. This is your morning practice and also your evening practice. Before you go to bed, take 10 breaths just as we did in the morning on your back in bed. This is going to relax your vagus nerve and really set you for slumber. So if you're a very busy person, I suggest that you set an alarm a few times throughout the day to remind you to stop, breathe the diaphragm down, and let the air out. And do that 3 times or 5 times or another 10 times if it so suits you. The point of the exercise is to get this to be your breath all the time. The only time we're designed to breathe up here is when we're in some sort of stress, or when we're running or exercising or doing something that might pump a lot of blood through the heart and pull it up. But even when we're running, you still want to get that diaphragm to move down to get the maximum amount of air in without creating stress for the body. This is the way you're designed to breathe, and this is the way I'm calling you to remind yourself to breathe all the time. The shallow breathing brings us here. The deep breathing brings us here. We need to get here so that we could be conscious and aware of our everyday, but especially for this chanting practice, to really come in and make the most out of each of these sessions. So every day, 10 in the morning, plus 3 and 3. At night, 10 in the bed. But do maybe set an alarm a few times throughout the day to remind yourself. Exhalation for 3 breaths at least.